Ever felt like life is pulling you in a million different directions, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to find your footing? Well, you're not alone. Right now, across the globe, millions are feeling overwhelmed, not by a lack of dreams, but by the chaos of everyday demands that cloud their true potential. Today, we're going to strip back the layers of noise and rediscover clarity through the lens of Stoicism, a philosophy that has empowered thinkers and leaders for centuries to face life's turbulence with calm and resilience. If you find yourself nodding along thinking, yes, that's exactly what I need, then I'm glad you're here. And if you appreciate what we're doing, showing a little love by hitting that subscribe button won't cost a thing but will mean the world to us. Stick with me through this journey because every single moment of this video is packed with insights that could be the answer you've been looking for. Together, we'll explore timeless Stoic strategies to reset, restart, and refocus. Because sometimes all you need to change your life is to view it from a new perspective. Let's dive in. Let's talk about a concept that might seem simple on the surface, but is incredibly transformative once you dive deep: reset. Specifically, I want to focus on the idea of clearing the clutter. It's a powerful metaphor, isn't it? Just saying it out loud feels like a breath of fresh air. When you think of clutter, you might picture a desk buried under piles of papers or a closet stuffed to the brim with clothes you haven't worn in years. But I'm not just talking about physical clutter. I'm talking about the mental and emotional clutter that piles up in our lives, often without us even noticing. A while back, I found myself feeling unusually stressed and anxious. I was meeting deadlines, hitting my targets, doing all the right things, but something felt off. My mind felt cluttered, like an attic filled with old boxes of worries, doubts, and old grudges I couldn't seem to throw out. I needed a reset, not just superficially, but deeply. The Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, often spoke about the importance of simplifying life to see clearly. They believed in discarding not just unnecessary physical possessions, but also unnecessary thoughts and emotions that complicate our lives. This Stoic principle became my guiding light. I began by asking myself tough questions, the kind that make you pause and really think, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? What fears are just old habits in disguise? This process of questioning is like sorting through that attic. Each item, each thought, each emotion needs to be picked up, examined, and then, most importantly, decided upon. Do I keep it? Do I let it go? This is where the real clearing starts. It's about recognizing that some worries are just noise, distractions from what truly matters. They don't need to be in my space, in my head, or in my heart. Resetting is about making space for new growth, new experiences. It's like preparing a garden at the start of spring. You clear out the dead leaves and weeds, not because the work is fun, but because you know it's necessary for new life to thrive. The Stoics remind us that every new day brings with it a chance to start afresh, to realign with our values and our goals. They teach us that freedom comes not from external achievements, but from internal balance and peace. As I embarked on this journey of clearing out, I started small. I tackled one box at a time. One week I focused on letting go of a grudge. Another week it was about dialing back the self-doubt, turning down the volume on that critical inner voice that said, "You can't do this." Each act of letting go felt like a weight lifting off my shoulders. Now let me ask you, what's cluttering your mind? What's taking up space in your life that no longer serves a positive purpose? Maybe it's resentment over a past failure, or anxiety about an uncertain future. Maybe it's the unrealistic standards you set for yourself, or the toxic relationships that drain your energy. Imagine if you started clearing that clutter. Imagine the freedom, the lightness, the room to breathe and grow. It's not just about removing the bad, but about making space for the good, for something better. And here's the thing about resetting. It's not a one-time event. It's a continuous process, a habit you develop. Each day is a new opportunity to clear away what doesn't belong and reinforce what does. It's about building resilience, about learning to bounce back faster and stronger, because you're not weighed down by unnecessary baggage. So as you listen to this, think about what you can reset in your life today. It doesn't have to be big. Start small. Maybe it's deciding to forgive someone, to forgive yourself, or to set aside a worry that's been nagging at you. Remember, each piece of clutter you clear makes room for something invaluable: peace of mind, clarity, and the strength to face whatever comes next. As the Stoics would say, the obstacle in the path becomes the path. Every challenge, every bit of clutter we clear shapes us, molds us into the people we are meant to be. So let's reset, not just once, but as a way of life. Let's make it count. Because in the clarity of a decluttered mind and heart lies the power to craft a truly fulfilling life. Your next chapter is waiting to be written, and it starts with a single decision to rise, restart, and embrace the journey ahead. Remember, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. So think like a Stoic, restart like a warrior, and transform your life into the masterpiece it's meant to be. Imagine the clarity and freedom you'd feel if you started saying yes only to things that truly align with your deeper values and goals, a habit that no longer serves you, a relationship that drains more than it gives. What if you let go of everything that was holding you back? That's what refocusing is all about. During my own refocusing phase, I had a powerful realization. My efforts were scattered. I was trying to chase too many goals at once, which meant I wasn't making meaningful progress in any area. I took a step back. I paused. I reevaluated my path. And then I started cutting out the clutter, not just in my physical space, but in my commitments, in my social media use, and in how I spent my leisure time. Every piece of clutter cleared was like removing a blindfold. Suddenly my goals came back into sharp focus. I could see what truly mattered. And let me tell you, refocusing is not a one-time fix. Life changes, goals evolve. And our focus? It must shift accordingly. It's like recalibrating a compass. When you find yourself slightly off course, it's not a failure. It's a necessary part of navigating. And if you're wondering whether it's too late to refocus, let me remind you of a Stoic truth. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Every single moment is a chance to turn things around, to align yourself with your aspirations. Your past decisions do not have to dictate your future. The power to change your focus, it lies in your hands, right here, right now. So take a moment today, ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Is it what matters most to me? If not, then what can I change? Remember, refocusing is about more than just achieving goals. It's about crafting a life that is truly worth living, a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. Refocus now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Let every step you take be purposeful. Let every decision be intentional. And watch as the pieces of the puzzle start to fit together, revealing a picture of a life that is not only successful, but also deeply fulfilling. Now let's talk about something even more crucial: maintaining momentum. Because starting is one thing, resetting your compass, restarting your engine, or refocusing your lens, these are great first steps. But keeping that energy flowing, keeping yourself moving forward, even when the initial spark has dimmed, that is where the true challenge lies, and that, my friends, is also where the most rewarding part of the journey begins. Every great story you've ever heard, every inspiring journey you've admired, they didn't just happen overnight. They were built on consistency, perseverance, and a steadfast commitment to the end goal. And this is where the Stoic principle of endurance, what they call hypomania, comes into play. It's about enduring the long march, sticking to your path even when it's steep and fraught with obstacles. Think about the last time you started something new. Maybe it was a fitness regimen, a business venture, Or a personal project. At the beginning it was exciting, wasn't it? You were filled with energy. Visions of success danced in your mind. But then, time passed. Maybe the enthusiasm waned. Maybe obstacles appeared that you hadn't anticipated. This is natural. It's a part of any worthwhile endeavor. But let me tell you this. The key to success isn't just starting strong. It's about continuing strong. So how do we maintain this momentum? First, by setting small, incremental goals. Break down your big, audacious goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Each small victory keeps your spirits high and your focus sharp. It's like climbing a mountain, one step at a time, one breath at a time. And before you know it, you'll look back and marvel at how high you've climbed. Another vital tool for maintaining momentum is reflection. Regularly take stock of your progress. Ask yourself, what have I learned? What would I do differently? What can I celebrate? Reflection isn't just about patting yourself on the back. It's about learning, adjusting your strategy as you go, being honest with yourself, addressing the gaps without judgment. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused to appreciate how far you've come? Often, we are our own harshest critics. In the rush to achieve more, we forget to acknowledge our achievements, but Stoicism teaches us the power of gratitude, not just for others, but for our own efforts and progress. Gratitude not only brightens our outlook, but also fortifies our will to persevere.